I'm gonna try to do this in the most rapid fire way possible because I've read so many things between March and April that if I don't try to at least talk about them as quickly and succinctly as possible, we're gonna be here forever. But anyway, hi everyone, I'm Natalie. I talk bookish, manga, and anime things here, and today it's time to talk bookish and manga things. So let's start with the books that I read in March. First up is Futbolista by Jonny Garza. I gave this 4.5 stars. I absolutely loved it. Jonny Garza can do no wrong in my eyes, but I will be having a live show discussion about this with my bestie Steph over at Coffee Over Apples. So I will go more in depth about my feelings on this at that point, but just know that I loved this by disaster main character we had and his super sweet and very, very forgiving boyfriend. Then I read Giovanni's Room by James Baldwin. I gave it 5 stars. This is an absolute classic, queer classic that everyone should read. Is it sad? Yes. Is the main character infuriating? Yes. Are actually all the characters kind of infuriating? Yes, but it's a perfect example of what it was like to be a gay man during the time period and the complicated feelings you have towards the things you feel forced to do in order to survive in a society that is hostile to you. So highly, highly recommend. Then I read Heat Clinic by Alexis B. Osborne. Frankly, I read this because I needed an Omega verse in my life. I gave it 3.5 stars because it was frankly way too long for just the levels of spice that it had. Like, if it was mostly gonna be spice, it needed to be less pages long, because like, come on, no one needs so many pages of spice. Regardless though, I did like the dynamic between the pack that we had, the way they all came together to protect and love on their Omega. Amazing, incredible, truly stunning. I'm very much looking forward to my special edition that I'm getting of this one. But you know, tread lightly considering that the page count is pretty high and so are the spice levels, you know? So might not be for you. Then I read Camila Nunez's Year of Disasters. I have a review up of this on my channel, so you can go check it out for my more in-depth thoughts. But I gave it 3 stars. I saw what the author was trying to do. I thought the representation of anxiety was very accurate, but ultimately I'm not the target audience, and so it didn't quite hit the mark for me. Then I read The Hellmouth Guardian's Lover by Adriana Herrera. I gave this 4 stars. Absolutely had a blast with it. It's a monster romance. It's pretty short and easy to get through, but it's basically about the 2 characters who have become estranged because he betrayed her, and you're trying to figure out what was this betrayal, what was the purpose of it, all while they, of course, have to work together to keep disaster from happening. I had a great time with it. I'm pretty hit or miss with Adriana Herrera, but this was a definite hit. Then I read On Tyranny by Timothy Snyder. I gave this 1 star. This nonfiction was absolutely awful. I hated it. I only felt rage while reading this. I found it so reductive. Like, it is a very short book, and sure, in theory, it's trying to accomplish something briefly so that it can maintain its audience's attention. But when its thesis is about needing detail and exploration of historical events to understand current events, that seems counterintuitive considering how short this is. So I just could not get into it. And that's pretty much it for the books that I read in March and April. I'm currently reading Buffalo Hunter Hunter, but I still haven't quite finished it, so I can't review it at this moment, but I will be discussing it once again with my bestie Steph over at Coffee Over Apples, so you can see more of my thoughts there. And we also have already discussed in depth on Tyranny and why we did not like it, either of us. So if you want more in-depth, complex thoughts and discussion on that, go check it out. Now, as for the manga and manhwa that I read in March and April, first we have The Queen Volume 2. I rated this 4 stars. Everything in the Love is an Illusion universe is a guilty pleasure of mine, only I'm not guilty about it. I love it because it is garbage and it is a hot mess. Was this volume messy as hell? Yes, yes, it was, because the alpha is chaotic. The two of them have such a roundabout way of getting together because they're both dumbasses. But ultimately, I support it. I ship them. So I'm so glad I picked this up. Then I finally finished reading Death Note by reading volumes 4, 5, and 6 of the Black editions. And I'm so happy. I originally took a break from reading it, almost like a year break, and then I just binged the rest of it. I gave volume 4 5 stars, and then the other 2 volumes 4 stars. Overall, I loved it. I am still a little salty about how my man Light Yagami ended in the story in the specific way that he did, but I still adored it. I love the anime, love the manga. I definitely still think though that the story is best received in an anime format, because all the internal monologue stuff that happens in this series is excessive when you're reading it. But when you have the over dramatic voice acting in the anime, it's just perfection, absolute perfection. I wouldn't change anything about it, frankly. I feel so relieved, but also so sad that now my reading Death Note era, moment is over. But will I ever revisit it? Honestly, probably as an anime. And to be certain, it's definitely one of my favorites, because this July, get ready, because I'm getting a Light Yagami tattoo and I'm so excited. Then I read volume 2 of Semantic Error. I absolutely love this series. I gave this volume 5 stars. I love these idiots. They are so obviously in love, and they're the definition of opposites attract, because they drive each other nuts, but also they cannot stay away from each other, and I'm obsessed with that. And I love that in this volume we got to see more of each character and what they bring to the table, since they are working together on creating a video game. So absolutely obsessed with the series so far. Then I finally finished Doughnuts Under a Crescent Moon. I gave this 3.5 stars. This is a very sweet, sapphic ace love story. I really enjoyed the ending. I find them, again, very, very sweet. I'm glad to have manga like this that have ace representation, and how 2 ace characters can find each other, be together in a happy, loving relationship, even if it takes a while to get there. So really, really glad that I finally got around to finishing it. Then I read Old Fashioned Cupcake with Cappuccino. I gave this one 4 stars. This office kind of romance BL is one I really, really like. I didn't know there was gonna be a sequel to it. I thought the first was the only installment in it, but I'm glad to see that we got more of the intricacies and complications of their relationship, because they're both very, very much in love with one another, but that's complicated when they work in the same office and one of them is technically the superior of the other one. And so they're trying to navigate what to do about their relationship and the future of their relationship if they continue working in the same place. So really, really love this. Next up is Perfect Buddy Volume 3. This is an absolute comfort read for me at this point. I gave this 3.5 stars. The 2 of them continue being absolutely deranged and chaotic with their for sure office romance. The shenanigans here are just so silly, so fun. I'm absolutely obsessed, and I'm looking forward to continuing on with the series, but I don't have too many specifics to say, because it's truly just the 2 of them are deranged and I love them. Then I read volumes 5, 6, and 7 of Chainsaw Man, which I gave a range of 3 to 4 star ratings. I have decided to read Chainsaw Man because I watched the first season of the anime in a single day, and it consumed my every thought and moment and filled me with rage. And when I have so much emotion, I cannot simply wait neither for the movie to come out nor for season 2 to come out. So I simply picked up the manga instead, but specifically where the anime leaves off, because I don't have the patience to start this shit from the beginning. I absolutely do not. So far, it is a bit more of a mixed bag. I still adore with everything in my heart and soul my beloved Denji. I will protect Denji to the ends of the earth with every fiber of my being, with all the strength in my body. Let the record show that. Every single woman who speaks to him needs to be eliminated from this earth because they absolutely just want to use and abuse my poor beloved son, and he doesn't deserve it. He does not deserve this kind of manipulation and for people to take advantage of his vulnerable situation. Get the fuck away from my son. Just, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm going to say about it. Then I read A Vampire in the Bathhouse. I gave it 4 stars. This is a very, very cute, insinuated BL, but like you don't really see anything in it about this vampire that sees this bathhouse and decides, you know what, I'm gonna leave my realm and go to the human realm so I can hang out at that bathhouse. And so he becomes buddies with the guy who runs the bathhouse, and it's just very slice of life cute shit between this vampire and this human as they work together in this bathhouse and take care of the human's younger brother. It's so stinking cute. I cannot handle it. And finally, as we speak, I have 3 volumes left of Tokyo Ghoul, and by that I mean not Tokyo Ghoul, I mean I read Tokyo Ghoul Re, and I have 3 volumes left to read. So by the time that April is over, I would have read 29 volumes, because I'm pretty sure I read volume 1 in March of Tokyo Ghoul, because I have gone temporarily insane. You will be getting more thoughts about that, probably extremely likely in another video, because if I go down a spiral, even trying to touch the surface of how the series has consumed my every waking thought, then we would be here for another eternity, and I need this wrap up to be over so that it's not an insanely long time to watch. So look forward to that. If it seems like I'm putting off filming, posting about it, harass me because I definitely should make a video about a manga that consumed everything of my life for an entire month and that I already got a tattoo of. That seems like actually the only rational thing to do. So look forward to that. All right, y'all. I'll see you next time, probably being completely deranged for Tokyo Ghoul, but frankly, that is now the state that I live in. So see you then.